Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ask Matt, making real estate easy. Here's a question I think is maybe interesting to some people is, do you think an agent is worth it? So, do you even think you should use an agent? Now, I'm an agent, so I'm probably going to say yes. However, I want to look at both sides. You could sell your house yourself, perfectly fine. Go do a DIY real estate company and they'll give you a sign and brochures and pictures or whatever else, and you can sell it yourself. So that's one way for sure. What does an agent bring? I don't think all agents are worth it. No, I don't. I think in like any field, there's some great ones, there's some okay ones, and there's some pretty average ones. So first you've got to make your choice carefully. Because if you're using a really average one, you may as well do it yourself. It's really about what's going to bring the highest return on investment. What's going to make your life easier? I think that's the question. Are you going to get maximum return on investment by you selling your own product? Maybe, in some cases. If you've got an agent that really isn't organised, doesn't provide great service, their product knowledge isn't great, they're just one of those ones that are like, what's the point? However, if you use somebody that's really good, an expert in their field, the best, better than what you could do, then I think the return on investment is going to be worth it. Because here's what it does. It frees you up with time for a start. So if you want to take every call coming in on your house, so be it. So they take all the calls. They sift the calls. They work out who's real, who's not. They're at your house all the time. So you automatically increase value on time. You get your time. I think experience is a big thing. When an agent has been there and they've done it time and time and time and time again, so they've sold 100 houses, 200 houses, 1,000 houses, they really can help you read around corners. Selling a house isn't easy because it's emotional. So I think sometimes you have to have someone help you navigate through those waters. And I think experience can be worth thousands to you if it's handled right, for sure. It's not emotional for an agent. So even when our agents here sell houses, we get another agent to sell the house within the company. So one of the partners in this office, in our West Gosford office, is selling his house, and he's got one of my team selling his houses. Selling his house. Why? Because they're not emotionally attached. They're there to help him determine what is the best price with the best buyer. When you're close to something and you're emotional about something, it's not easy to make a decision. It's not easy to step back and make a subjective decision around where is it actually at? Why don't people like my house? What's the actual feedback? Buyers will be very hesitant to tell an owner the actual feedback for their house, but they will happily tell an agent. Well, I can't stand that house, it's awful. Can't believe they put that carpet in, it's terrible. Like, they'll tell an agent this sort of stuff. Do you know? You need to know this. When you're selling your house, you want to know what people think. I had an owner once come to an open house and she said, I'm definitely going to come to the open house. I want to be in amongst it. And I said to her, I don't think you should. I don't think that's a great idea. I think you need to go and have coffee, go and have lunch somewhere. Just let me take care of it. No, I want to come. She was standing there and some of the people were, they just built the house. And some of the people were standing near her and they were criticising the house so much. She burst into tears and ran out of the house. So that's what I mean. I can filter that stuff a little bit for them. A great agent can build value. So when you're dealing with a buyer and they're from maybe out of the area, they don't really understand prices too much, a great agent who specialises in your area can build value around your home. They can create perception difference. Once I had a buyer that came up from Sydney and said, we think this house is only worth $650,000. I said, take a seat and let's talk about it. This is after they looked through the house. Went down to the car, got out some, a market analysis thing that I have, and I went through this. Maybe 20 minutes I went through this with them and helped them understand their first offer, $720,000. First offer. Now, if I was a not experienced agent that didn't understand it, I would have taken an offer of $650 to the owner and allow the negotiation process to start. That's a $70,000 difference from where they were going to start to where they actually started. I sold that property for a record price for what it was because I handled it up front and built value around it. You know, an agent probably won't oversell you, well, a good agent probably won't oversell your house. When you oversell something, you push people away. They don't need to know every last little bit. You've got a great agent is intuitive on what people need to know, what they should know, how to build that energy and excitement around your house. Sometimes an owner, when they sell their own house, is they oversell it. They do. And you start to go cross-eyed because it's like, okay, I understand these curtains were designed in 1942 and you've had them and this is what they've done. And you don't need to know a lot of that stuff, especially on the first visit. The first visit is about feel, the second visit is about detail. There's a time and a place. An agent, a great agent that's all in on your property will bring energy and focus. Energy and focus, that's what you want. You want someone every day who's wakes up and is there to bring energy and focus to your sale process. There is value in that. Whereas you want to get on with your day. You want to go to work, you want to do things, you want to look after the kids, whatever. You don't want to be talking to buyers at 9:30 at night when they ring and want to know about how many PowerPoints does it have? No, you don't want to be doing that. You want someone who's working on your behalf, who is all in on this and being the energy of the process. That's how great prices are achieved. And you want someone who understands, a great agent will understand how to build competition around your home. Competition breaks records on the running track. Competition also breaks records in the property market. You want to select somebody who understands the strategy around competition, because I can tell you, if that's done correctly and you do have multiple buyers handled correctly on your home in the best possible way, you will have amazing competition on your home, and that agent will intuitively but also strategically work their way to a point that maybe you would have accepted before it got there. Because buyers will be more transparent with somebody who's not attached to the home, who's helping them through the process, who's been there right the way through with them, who's helped them look for the last 4 or 5 months. They have a relationship with these buyers. The buyers will listen to them. And I think the investment in the right agent could not only make your process more seamless, but I think it pretty much gives you the best possible chance to achieve above market result. When you look around to sell your houses and you have this sold for this, this sold for this, this sold for this, that's fine. That's what owners do. I think to myself, how do I exceed that? How do we become the next great price? And I think that's where experience, intuition, and strategy comes in. That's what I think are agents worth it. So I would say to you, great agents are definitely worth it. I think they're an amazing, a very affordable investment in the potential outcome. Let me know if you've got any questions around other topics. I'll answer them as quickly as I can, and look forward to seeing you on the next video.